Some nice cinder blocks. And it's full of TVs. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 sitting there. And a lot of times people ask me why I don't clean these TVs, and it's because, you know, even though this is the public domain, it's still not my property. And priority number 1 for me is just getting in and out and avoiding confrontation. So just have no no want at all to sit in this dumpster for the next 30 minutes cleaning these. Yeah, and part of that is because, you know, you could be 25 minutes into it and have all this cleaned up, and a cop will pull up, and or one of these people that lives here will come over and just tell you to leave, you know, and just tell you not to take none of this stuff and just leave it here and just leave. And when that happens, you just gotta leave, you know. So you could literally sit in here and do all that work and just be told to leave. So that pretty much explains why I don't clean these things a lot of times in my videos. And another reason is that there's just so many of them. I guess the point I'm making is that, yeah, I know it's pretty good money, but the thing about it is, if I just leave these sitting here and don't mess with them, and take the next half hour to go check just more dumpsters en masse, I can easily make as much money as these are worth, if not more. I also have the opportunity to find a $100 item out there, so there's different ways to look at it. You could think, man, he's passing up money, but no, not really. Not if it, you know, if I clean all this stuff up, if I make 10 bucks, but instead of doing that, I go somewhere else in the time it takes to do that and make 20 bucks. But, you know, cutting the cords off them, there's nothing wrong with that, you know. That's a nice little grip of wire right there. I can't argue with that right there. And this dude has about a 15-pound motor sitting right there. And I'm gonna come back out for another trip later tonight, so that's that. Check this out. I yanked those two out of there before I turned the camera on, and I thought there was just one in here when I first pulled up, but there's at least 3, if not 4. I know for a fact that one's real leather right there, because it's Wilson's the leather experts. This one appears to be real as well, but I'm not sure. Definitely not my style. But a young lady out there might want that. I think that's real as well, but I'm not sure about that one. And let's see if we can avoid getting garbage scum on there. It's got a little bit of slime on it. Yeah, there is more than 3 in there too. It's nothing bad. Get that off of there. Grass is good for this kind of stuff. It's also good for cleaning your hands if you're ever in a crunch. But yeah, that's nice. What do we got here? Quality Leather, St. Louis, Missouri. Real leather on that one. Number 4. And I don't see a bit of damage on any of these. They're pretty much like new condition so far. And this one actually is something I'd be interested in wearing. That's a nice coat right there. Check it out. I'm not sure if that one's real or not, but it does look like it. I'm pretty sure all 4 are real leather and in like new condition. Yes, professional leather, clean only. Yes, that one's definitely leather. I'm gonna say they're all 4 leather. And that's a large. That one actually there would fit me perfect. That's a very nice coat. So, not quite sure why someone would throw these away, but they did. Oh, look at this. I didn't even notice that. The bag they were under, or next to, full of clothes. Check it out. Looks like someone just threw away their entire closet, it would appear. I'm not quite sure what I'm dealing with here at this point. Macy's men's store. Not a bad brand. Pierre Cardin. I don't know enough about this kind of clothing, but I'm pretty sure that's fairly valuable stuff. It's in good condition. MW. What's that? Men's Warehouse? I don't know. The rest of it doesn't look like much, but I will put. It's nice. I mean, it's real nice condition. There's no doubt about that. So I'll put it out here for someone to eyeball. Wall Street Collections for Joskies. I don't know about that Pierre Cardin one. Where was that at? A pair of slacks. Put those out here. Someone can see those. Pierre Cardin. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it, and hopefully it's not worth a bunch of money. It's got the matching bottoms right here. Somebody might come by, snatch this up, but I definitely know what I'm doing with this stuff. That's what you call a score right there, my friends. And I just went to Walmart. I had myself a banana. So we've got a nice clean spot to put all this stuff, and that's actually, I'm gonna turn the camera off so I can do this right. There it is. La-di-da. Anxious to go home and see exactly what all that's worth. And see, the thing about having a smartphone and looking stuff up on the internet and checking prices and stuff, and I'm in a big apartment complex, and you just don't want to hang out here for any longer than you ever have to. You just want to grab it and get out of here. Because someone could just tell me right now to just put this back in there and leave, and I would just have to do that. So I just want to get out of here. And if I took the time to take a smartphone and sit here and look at each one of these and check it out and do all this and sit here for an extended amount of time, it's just asking to lose the entire load. So I'm just gonna get out of here. Messing around with bulky lightweight tin is just it's just a real bad idea for me, you know, checking dumpsters en masse. But of course, if you were in a car or a truck, you'd want to take every valuable thing you can find, you know. And believe it or not, you can check far more dumpsters on a bicycle than you ever could in a car, you know, unless you live in a rural area. But I jumped in here for a nice aluminum pan, and if you ever want to get into the aquarium hobby, you can go dumpster diving, and it won't be very long before you just start finding all kinds of aquariums and aquarium supplies. People just throw them out all the time, and that one's a cheap one, but that's an example. They're all over the place. Oh, Wolfie spider, look at that. Hi, Wolfie. The heck with you? Earlier in the video, when I was in that dumpster with those 4 TVs, I was talking about how staying in that dumpster and cleaning stuff up and risking having someone come along and tell me to get out of there and leave everything there, and you know, to make 10 or 15 bucks or whatever that stuff would have been worth in scrap. And not to mention taking a chance and busting some of them screens open on them TVs, and it's just dirty. And you're in that dumpster, and it's actually a confined space, and you start busting those things open, those TVs, and dust comes out, and you're breathing that dust, and because it'll stick in that dumpster for quite a long time. And it just, you know, and I specifically said earlier in the video, if I mess around, you know, making that 10 bucks or 15, whatever it would be, and just invest that time that it takes me to do that, and go out and check more dumpsters en masse, I could make, you know, 20 bucks and actually double my money by not messing with those TVs. But I mean, look at this. Those 4 leather coats in like new condition, they could be, I don't know what they're worth until I go home and examine them and check them out, but they look like they're all in like new condition. And you know, that could be a few $100s. So you know, if I sat and messed around with all that cheap stuff, this could be the price I pay to mess around with all that cheap stuff, you know. So you have to check dumpsters en masse to be able to find stuff like this. There's just no way around it, unless you know of a honey hole somewhere. But